Books, nature's patterns.
Okay, boys and girls, today you're going to be listening to a book called Does the Sun Sleep? It's on Epic, so I'm recording it here, but I also posted it on Epic if you want to read it on your own. Okay? And in this book, I want you to pay attention to some details. This is a non-fiction book. That means it's giving us some real information, real life details about the sun. So I want you to listen to the story and pay attention, because after, you're going to tell me 3 or 4 details that you remember, or facts that you learned or that you heard in this book. 3 or 4 facts that you learned or heard in this book. Okay, here we go.
Books, nature's patterns. Does the sun sleep? Noticing sun, moon, and star patterns. Martha E. H. Rustad. Illustrated by Holly Conger. For Jeffrey, Jaden, Annika, Nicholas, and Jackson. From Auntie Martha, M-E-H-R. For Cece, who is out of this world, H.C. Table of Contents. Chapter 1, The Sun, 4. Chapter 2, The Moon, 12. Chapter 3, The Stars, 16. Shadow Tracking, 22. Glossary, 23. To learn more, 24. Index, 24. Chapter 1, The Sun. Our class is starting the day outside. Look up, says our teacher, Mr. Cruz. What do you see in the sky? The early morning moon catches Isha's eye. Look at that airplane, says Nato. Tara points at the sun behind a cloud. Good observations, our teacher says. He has already taught us that an observation is something we see. Never look directly at the sun. Direct sunlight harms your eyes. Mr. Cruz leads us back to our classroom. He asks what a pattern is. Akiko raises her hand. It's something that happens again and again. Right, says Mr. Cruz. Can anyone think of a pattern that the sun follows? It shines during the day, Dexter says, and we can't see it at night. Day, night, says Akiko. A pattern. Let's see how the sun's position changes during the day, says Mr. Cruz. First, he shows us a picture of the sky in the morning. The sun's near the horizon, he says. That's the line where the sky and land seem to meet. The sun doesn't really move across the sky. It only looks like it's moving because Earth is spinning. Next, he shows us a picture of the sky at noon. We see the sun high in the sky. Then he shows us a picture of the sky in the evening. The sun is near the horizon again. It's another pattern, Alice says. Yes, says our teacher. Every day the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Does the sun sleep at night? Jacob asks. Mr. Cruz smiles. No, he says. The sun never stops shining. He makes the room dark and shines a flashlight on a globe. We pretend the light is the sun. Then Mr. Cruz slowly spins the globe. He tells us that our planet spins too. I get it, says Dion. When it's day on one side of Earth, it's night on the other side. Yes, our teacher says. When we are getting up, people in Australia are going to bed. It takes Earth 24 hours to spin all the way around once. Chapter 2. The Moon.
Okay, boys and girls.
Let's see how
that is where we're going to stop. We're going to stop with chapter 1 today. So the sun. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your document. Let me find the document here. You're going to go to your document. It's going to look something like this. And then you are going to write 4 facts that you learned about the sun. So in the middle, we're going to write sun. And then you're going to write 1 fact you learned about the sun, another fact you learned about the sun, 3, and 4. So at the end of it, you should have written 4 facts that you learned or heard about the sun. Maybe you already knew them, but something that we learned from the book that we just read. Okay, so remember, sun goes in the middle, the word sun, and then you're going to write 3, 4 facts. Alrighty?